Just wanted to, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my friend Brooks for coming up with the title for this video. That wasn't his intention, but literally last night, as the Nintendo Switch 2 was being announced, like one of the first things he said to me in a call was, "Hey Callum, did you find out about the Nintendo Switch 2?" To which I responded, "Yes, I have heard about the Nintendo Switch 2." Alright, cue the joke.
I was just wondering if we wanted to hang out with me, smoke weed and fill our bellies with diet soda and play Mario Kart 9 for the Mario Kart 9 for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Right. Anyway. Who's going to be joining us today? Because this is quite a significant moment in our history as human beings. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Just... I'm sending this video out. Alright, let's just get this out there. And then get this onto here, because why not? Yeah, this is history, this counts, so... Yeah, I guess that'll do. Going back to this, just I'm gonna make a live stream. Alright, let's see if anyone's bothered to join in. Whoever's joined us, feel free to say hello. Hold on a minute, I think there's a few more people I can share this with. There is one more thing I can do, just give me a moment. I'll be right there, just sending the link around. Pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, smile, please, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. Sorry, I'm just sorting something out. I'll be right there. I promise. I promise. I promise. This is not going as well as I thought it would. Put that there. Join me. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's the right link. Anyway, going back to the YouTube. Right, let's see if anyone's joined us. Alright. Okay, no one's talked in the live chat yet, but welcome everybody to the talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. Alright, let's take a look, because there's some very interesting stuff at play here. I mean, there have been rumors going around for a long time about the Nintendo Switch 2. There's even a comment down below saying, wow, the Wii U 3 has finally come out. We got several people telling us. Bigger screen. Nice. So now you got tiny controllers for the big screen. So some would think harder. Right. Ooh, something very satisfying about that presentation. You gotta hand it to Japan, that they know how to display the technology. Now this is an upgrade I can get behind. Bigger controllers, I do appreciate the Nintendo Switch. I've got fond memories of playing it with friends and like a friend in the town, or or parties with my sister and her husband and stuff like that. But those controllers, they're a wee bit small and tiny for my big ginormous hands. So having these controllers be slightly bigger, more nearer to the size of a Wii Remote, presumably. Pablo Miguel Santiago Garcia says, greeting from DR. Switch 2 looks great. Yes, it does look great. So far so good. I mean, just the fact that it's bigger, that's going to be quite good for my hands. I appreciate that the Nintendo Switch previously can be good for children and people with small hands, whoever they may be. But I happen to have quite big hands. It's not that I can't use this. It's just that seeing this upgrade, it's much appreciated. So they're like this size. They're like this size before. So now they're going to this size. A Wii Remote is about this size, so I imagine it's going to be smaller than a Wii Remote, but obviously bigger than the previous Nintendo Switch controllers, which I really appreciate. And I imagine this is going to be like the PlayStation 5. And, don't you just love the presentation of coloring and stuff like that? Ooh, yeah, it's very sexy. And got those Tom and Jerry sound effects. Ooh, yeah, something very affirming about the way how smooth the control stick goes. Ooh, yeah. So that obviously goes into there. So it's basically like the Nintendo equivalent of an iPad, right? Cool. Alright. And here we have it. There's some more Mario Kart content coming up, but take a look at this. The characters look like they're more in keeping with like Super Mario Wonder here, and so this is pretty much overt affirmation that Mario Kart 9 is confirmed, so that's interesting. That's very interesting. People have been speculating all about it, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Donkey Kong looks like more like his appearance from the Super Mario Brothers movie, so I guess that movie was also a marketing tactic on Nintendo's part as well. It's very interesting, it's very interesting. That looks like a nice burger place. Yoshi having a burger place. Funny, I mean, on the one hand, Yoshi's more into fruit, but at the same time, he does eat Goomba meat, so I guess that makes sense. Hey, is this not too far off from that train place from Super Mario 64?
Life is a highway, I'm gonna ride it all night long.
Ah, now here's my favorite part of this announcement. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Take notes, PS5 Pro! Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website on a later date. Plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. Physical. The fact that they're keeping physical media, that is a wise choice. A very, very wise choice. Because if I'm gonna get something, given the choice, I prefer to have it be physical, because if I've got it, warts and all, and obviously in the modern age they can update it however they please, but still, something about having a tangible game, especially if the box art is really good. You can have it in your part of your collection and say, yes, I got the part of the collection, and it's there forever. Take notes, Ubisoft. So yeah, although there will of course be difficulties with getting some Nintendo Switch 1 games onto the Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, as much as backwards compatibility is such a great thing, I've heard that, for example, there's been difficulty with backwards compatibility with the PlayStation 4, so like, you can't play that one Afro Samurai game for the PS4, even though backwards compatibility is a thing. So the same thing might apply here. So you have to keep that in mind. Also, we have confirmation that Mario Kart 9 is pretty much a thing. Yeah, it's gonna be very, very interesting. Very interesting. I wonder what Good Vibes Gaming has to say here.
Nintendo finally unveiled the Nintendo Switch 2.
Brandon Miracle. That is quite the name. Imagine having a surname named Miracle. Mr. Miracle. Mrs. Miracle. I like that surname.
And alongside it, we were provided a brief glimpse into the future of Mario Kart.
A brief glimpse into the future!
Similar to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Very similar.
Take the time to look a little closer.
There's graphical differences.
You'll see there's actually been a...
Hang on a minute. There's something else I've noticed too, because I've been doing some research on it, and let's see, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I've been hearing rumors that, or I've been reading that there could very well be 24 people races in Mario Kart 9. And if that's true, sign me up, because that sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, I really like Mario Kart Wii, partially because they got much more players in a race. Instead of 8, you'd have 12. That combined with the janky controls, that was really fun. Well, smooth and janky, if you get what I mean. Yeah, Alec got the joke.
I was just wondering why to hang out with me and smoke weed and fill our bellies with diet soda and play Mario Kart 8 for the Nintendo Switch 2. Play Mario Kart 9 for the Nintendo Switch 2.
That was my friend Brooks who came up with that joke idea. It was literally the first thing we were talking about. As soon as we got on the call, he said Nintendo Switch 2, when I went up laughing and I said, yes, Brooks, I have noticed the Nintendo Switch 2. Speaking of Brooks, in about 30 minutes, he's gonna be premiering his own live stream in regards to the Daredevil show. So do feel free to keep that in mind. So anyway, let's continue to observe America tonight, because this could go down in history.
You'll see there's actually been a significant visual leap over it.
Also, I just got back from a 10K a few minutes ago.
Compared to his static, unflinching on-model design in Mario Kart 8, he's much rounder and almost chibi in the new Mario Kart. His design is definitely taking some inspiration from the likes of Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Yes, it is.
Elements of the animation from Wonder make their way into the new game.
Yeah, that's right.
You can see Mario taking a small jump here. A decent amount of squash and stretch is applied to give Mario that live
animation principle to make it more alive. Yes, that's right.
More interesting than that, though, is that the kart itself is also subject to squash and stretch.
Making it more expressive.
Fun and cartoony feeling.
Interesting.
He's more saturated here as well, giving him a bit more life than what's seen in the previous entry. Moving on from Mario to his kart, if you compare it side by side to a scene from Mario Kart 8, you'll notice that the steering wheel and tires appear to have much higher poly counts. You can really see the angles on the steering wheel in 8.
Either that, or you have a very, very poorly photographed image just to attempt to shill for Mario Kart 9. I'm just saying, mate. That's a thing to... oh, look at that. That's also a low poly image. It can go both ways. I'm just saying. Unless I'm overlooking something. Luigi Tires. Luigi Tires. Is that a reference to Disney Pixar's Cars? Because there was literally these two characters who specialize in cars, and they happen to be Italian, and one of them is called Luigi. Luigi Casa della Tires. I remember having a toy set of that part of the Radiator Springs, like you could collect the stuff together. In fact, this whole setting is very reminiscent of Radiator Springs from the Car series.
Life is a highway, and I'm gonna ride it all night long.
His head appearing to be smaller than in Mario Kart 8. He's not the only character where that's true. Bowser also looks notably smaller in the cranial department.
Oh, his body's gotten bulkier. I think everyone's just had a workout that's like, okay, everyone, we've had our head push-ups are head exercises. Now we actually need to bulk out our bodies for this next race. We really need to work hard on that.
He finally doesn't look like he has to use the restroom when he's driving around.
Just imagine that. I gotta get to the bathroom. Please, get me across the finish line. I need to go. Hold it in. Oh, the race is over. Bowser, you're leaving all kinds of excrements on the track. Shut up and let me poo. That would be hilarious if that was the case.
But that could just be because he's in an ATV instead of a cart.
Yeah, smaller vehicle. Still, the idea is quite funny.
Trucks in Mario's kart are exposed and again appear round and clean, with very little jagged angles or obvious polygons. This is the cleanest a Mario Kart game, or perhaps even a Mario game, has ever looked in 3D. As noted by Fuzzman on Twitter, Toad's kart appears to be the box art car from 3D Hot Rally on Famicom.
Yeah, more cars referencing to past other games.
The other karts. But we're really excited to see more of the new designs, especially ones such as Rosalina's snowmobile. The most obvious visual...
I've heard that there's going to be more announcements of the games that are going to be exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2 by the time April comes around.
The difference in characters comes in the form of Donkey Kong. His design appears to be ripped right out of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. He's not Donkey Kong at all, but I do see what appears to be his necktie. The game also has some upgraded visual effects. The boost pads are more colorful and lively, and the flames they produce when you boost also look significantly more detailed than in Mario Kart 8.
Blue
Rather
and
than a single colored flame, there's now
blue flames are hotter than orange flames because they're more precise.
A gradient of color from blue to bright orange. Background elements seem to build on what they've established with Mario Kart 8, but it appears like tracks could be much larger and feature a lot more things in the distance, judging by this final shot of gameplay. That would only make sense, given that this game may feature 24-player races, but that's merely conjecture on my part.
If there are 24 people in a race, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Also, I wonder what kind of characters they're going to get in there. I mean, Mario Kart 8, which is already highly critically acclaimed, has already had probably the biggest roster of characters you can ever get. I mean, you got several crossover characters. Sure, they don't have Pac-Man or the Tamagotchi or Rob in there, but they more than make up for that with Link from The Legend of Zelda being on his motorbike. You got Animal Crossing characters, you got Splatoon characters, and then you got other DLC packs which have characters like Pauline, and Funky Kong, and P.T. Piranha Plant, who didn't make an appearance in a Mario Kart game as a playable character since Double Dash, if I'm not mistaken, at least at that point. And there was also Lakitu, the Caterpillar, who didn't make a debut as a playable character since the 3DS, and all his adorable quirks were back then. That was fantastic. So I guess we'll save speculation on who could be future characters, but one thing's for certain. People are going to gravitate towards Funky Kong, purely because Funky Kong was the most OP character in Mario Kart Wii. Although Yoshi's reclaimed the most OP character status in Mario Kart 8, but that could change. We'll wait and see. Also, I've been hearing rumors that the Halo Master Chief Collection is going to be ported onto the Nintendo Switch 2. As well as the PlayStation 5, the PS5. I mean, I already have it on Steam, right here. Into the palm of my hands. Obviously having this legacy piece with people getting access to the multiplayer that's revolutionized a lot, would be great for people to get access to the PS5 and Nintendo Switch 2. When is that ever not going to be funny? So that'll be interesting to see the Halo series, and seeing how I presume that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to have a much higher graphical fidelity Which makes me think about such Nintendo Switch games like the Arkham trilogy for the Nintendo Switch, where their rendition of Arkham Knight had a significant drop in graphical fidelity just so that game could function on the Nintendo Switch. And I'm just thinking, what would happen if Rocksteady or whoever was in charge of that particular port for the Nintendo Switch would have just waited a little bit longer just to have the Arkham trilogy appear on the Nintendo Switch too. I speculate that even then, the Arkham Knight visuals on a Nintendo Switch 2 probably still wouldn't match up to what you'd see on the PS4 and the PS5. But I would imagine if whoever was in charge of the Arkham trilogy for the Nintendo Switch waited to have it be released on the Nintendo Switch 2 to really take advantage of its potential for graphical fidelity, then perhaps much of its graphical quality would be intact. But hey, from what I've heard, the game's still playable, and certainly more playable than early PC ports. So that's for certain. That's for certain. I've heard it works well on PC nowadays. Also, what else has been going on? Of course, Arlo would be getting attention to all this. Of course it would. Of course he would be. I wonder what his reaction to the Mario Kart content would be. Because obviously, Arlo is... No, I don't care about that! Go away! No! Shut up! Let's see his Let's hear his reaction.
There's the thing.
Are you referring to John Carpenter's thing?
You can play Mario Kart on it. Did I way down? Sorry.
Of course you can play Mario Kart on it. You can play Mario Kart 8 on the Nintendo Switch 2 backwards compatibility.
Never would have thought technology would bring us this far.
Are you sure about that? You never would have thought that? Really? Really? We have the Nintendo Switch and we have the inevitable future. You really thought that, Arlo? Really? Come on. We all knew something like this was going to come, even if it was, even if it wasn't a new version of Nintendo Switch 2. Like something else like this would have been coming. Something else, inevitably.
That you could play Mario Kart. 2020. Oh, we gotta wait.
Come on, Arlo. There's always been a Mario Kart game for almost every Nintendo console, as far as I'm aware. Come on, that goes without saying, Arlo. But I still love you, man. Still love you.
Wait till 2025.
Oh no, guys. We have to wait until 2025. Oh no. Oh, why? Why? How can this be? Oh no. We have to wait until 2025.
Plays Nintendo. Okay, so it's backwards compatible. Very nice.
I agree. Very nice.
Ooh.
4th of February. Okay, be on the lookout for the 4th of February.
Ooh.
Nintendo Direct.
Ooh. April. We have to wait till April. No.
Oh wait, April. Never mind.
No. Please.
2nd
no.
of April. Right.
That's so far away.
Sorry, I keep getting confused whenever people like display dates like that. Here in the UK, we usually have the date of the month, then the month, then the year. But some people, they do the month and then the day and then the year.
Hey, it's 3 months. Well, so much for releasing in March. I don't know. I didn't think it would anyway. I thought June, May or June was way more likely. Features or anything. Yep, they went super duper minimal. Absolutely.
Well, super duper minimal. I mean, that was all they needed to show. I even heard saw another comment saying, this is the most get off my back reveal video ever. As if to say, yeah, you know it, I know it, it's here, you're here, so get off my lawn, punk. Get off my
See if there's anything else we can glean. Let's watch it at 0.25 speed. When it came out of the box, it was a little bigger than it looked like it would be.
People must be having fun on the
Cool, I like this.
CGI programming. Must be the same one they use for cars.
Can it do that? Can it jump if you push it down? Like those push it down and hop and a jump.
That's a good point. I wonder, maybe with a vibration option, perhaps.
Interesting how they colored it.
Yeah.
Yeah, show us the button.
My fingers are on the button. Push the button.
Wow.
They look like mice.
They're like, you've seen the pictures on Twitter, but have you seen it in this much detail? Like swirling it all around. Now you can really see every little.
Now you can really see it. Now you can really see it. Now you can really see it.
It still goes click. Still click branding.
Absolutely. You know it.
So is that a new Mario Kart? I'm not familiar enough. Is that basically the soft reveal of the new Mario Kart?
Yes. It has to
like
be.
how they did for Mario. Because I'm not immediately familiar with that track.
Nah, that has to be a new track. And the character design, as we've clearly seen, is different. It's Mario Kart 9. It's confirmed. In fact, let me just type that down. Mario Kart 9 confirmed.
Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Switch 2.
Right.
You can't play, just kind of take it in the moment here.
Yeah, take it in. Take it in. That's all we can ask for, really. That's all we can ask for. So, I'm just thinking about what the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be capable of. I'm thinking because obviously Nintendo were really pushing the boundaries of the first Nintendo Switch to its limit with Tears of the Kingdom. And they did likewise with Breath of the Wild when the Wii U was in its dying days and they were promoting the Nintendo Switch first of all. So, if the first Nintendo Switch can barely just get people to play Tears of the Kingdom, then how much more can they push their technological limits with the Nintendo Switch 2? I mean, Nintendo's always been very innovative when it comes to the gameplay controls. Like, obviously, like, a lot of their main franchises have not always been as story heavy as titles you'd play on the Xbox or the PlayStation consoles or even the very stuff you can find on Steam. But Nintendo, despite their setbacks, have always been beloved because they always deliver on one thing and one thing primarily: fun games. I mean, people can have divided opinions on Super Mario Sunshine and a few little slip-ups here and there, or like certain ports of Luigi's Mansion, or find themselves bored by some of the lesser games, or the occasional knockoff game which is so bad it's good. Namely the Zelda CD titles, but that's technically not Nintendo, if you get what I mean. But on the whole, Nintendo has had a very solid family reputation that they do not intend to compromise anytime soon. And it's and good on them. It's gonna be quite the time for them. I mean, if the Halo Master Chief Collection is gonna be on Nintendo Switch 2, then obviously I'm just thinking through the ramifications here. Nintendo Switch 2 would the most that the graphical fidelity would be pushed would be when players are playing the likes of Halo Reach or Halo 4 on the Master Chief Collection, because those would be the later installments in the franchise. I mean, obviously, that kind of console can easily run the first 4 Halo games. That would include Halo ODST, by the way. And yeah, certainly, Halo 3 was definitely a graphical revolution back in its day. Especially, even Hideo Kojima, if I'm not mistaken, was really impressed by the way the grass and plants would actually move when characters moved by them. It really added to the immersion. But nowadays, Halo 3 is quite an easy game to port on PC. It definitely has that HD gleam to it. I think Halo 3 it came about at the same time as the Nintendo Wii, I guess, and Halo 3 was basically that transitionary period between like the old school kind of graphics you get from Halo 1 and Halo 2 to the more modern graphics you get with the likes of Halo Reach and Halo 4. So with the Nintendo Switch 2, I think you could easily render Halo Reach and Halo 4 quite easily. Which makes me in turn think about the graphical capacity if they had Nintendo Switch 2 version exclusively for Arkham Knight. Instead of having Arkham Knight be for the Nintendo Switch 1, they could have Arkham Knight for the Nintendo Switch 2, and that could really take advantage of its graphical fidelity, which really benefited the game. But hey, I guess it is what it is. Hopefully they got good internet there. What else could they be doing? What could they be doing? I mean, if they were to make another Legend of Zelda game that was similar to Tears of the Kingdom, then Nintendo has the potential to push the limits of their gaming to another extreme. I mean, most recently for the Nintendo Switch 1, they've released Mario Party Jamboree, and my sister and her husband are saying that that's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to playing that when I get the chance.
And Switch Tuuu.
Yeah. You like what I did there, Brooks? Thank you, Brooks, once again for that joke. I told everyone about how you gave that idea of a joke to me when we called last night. Funny stuff. So here, anyway, I was just speculating about the implications of the Halo Master Chief Collection being on the Nintendo Switch 2 and how, the Nintendo Switch 2 and PS5. And, gosh, I guess we could play multiplayer on PS5. I already have the Master Chief Collection on Steam anyway. And I was thinking about the Arkham trilogy, which was on Nintendo Switch 1, and maybe Rocksteady could have waited until the Nintendo Switch 2 to really take advantage of Arkham Knight's graphical fidelity. That would have been great. It's interesting to see that Mario Kart 9 is pretty much confirmed. Like, unless they have some very special DLC for Mario Kart 8 in mind, but given the immense difference in graphics and the new track, that is highly unlikely. Not to mention, I've been hearing rumors that there may be 24 people races. There may be, which would be awesome, but we won't hear any more until the next Nintendo Direct, which will be in the second day of April. A series of hands-on events held around the world. Now there's something worth considering. Yeah. More details, please check the official Nintendo website. Man, I wonder what that's... I mean, obviously, the Nintendo Switch 1 was impressive, but it certainly had a certain graphical fidelity which couldn't really keep up with the likes of titles from the PlayStation 5. This is why when people play stuff like Arkham Knight, as much as it is playable on Nintendo Switch, they would prefer to play that on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 or some kind of console rather than a Nintendo Switch. With that said, the Nintendo Switch certainly can make way for really fun games, as well as some great exclusive games like the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom series. So now that the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out, this is their opportunity to really push their graphical fidelity and maybe some new kind of gameplay mechanics. I mean, I mean, the controllers can really add to immersion when done right, especially with the way the motion tracker works in games like 1-2 Switch. Just thinking about its potential. I mean, obviously Nintendo Switch 2 will have the graphical fidelity to have Halo 4 and Halo Reach easily. Man, I wonder what else are they going to be capable of. I mean, we won't know for absolutely certain until April comes along, so we'll have to wait and see, but all we can do is speculate, but it's implied that there's going to be more stuff. I mean, are they going to be making like another Mario Party game? I mean, there was a game for Nintendo Switch 1 where 100 people at once could play a party game. So that's something else to consider. If 100 people at once, at maximum, could play this one party game for the first Nintendo Switch, then how many more could possibly play for like Nintendo Switch 2? Like, I don't know, 200? No, they wouldn't be that crazy, would they? Man, there's just so much exciting speculation to be had here. Man, oh man. So I guess the only thing left to do now is just, for anyone who's still bothered to watch this, I will provide a link to... Aha! I am watching myself! Ooh. That was trippy, eh? Anyway, so there you go. So anyone who wants to catch on to my friend's live stream, just click on the link here, and you'll be guided straight to the upcoming Daredevil live stream, which will be happening in about less than 7 minutes as we speak. So once this live stream's done, get going there and tell Brooks I say hello. Right, so what else is there to talk about? I'm gonna head off to the gym after this as well as do a bit of shopping, but I'll be listening in. Just get people excited, make people excited. I mean, I'm pretty excited for the Nintendo Switch 2. I wonder what... I'm just speculating what its potential is. This console has a lot of potential. I mean, obviously, Nintendo Switch 1 has already been housing many revolutionary games. It's going to go down in history as some of the best video games ever made, like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Wonder, let's see, the Mario Kart 8. There's already some brilliant games on there. I wonder how much more they could get in there. I wonder if we could have some particularly great immersive story-based games. If there's story-based games, then I mean, you got the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 1 for the first Nintendo Switch as well. So I wonder if they're gonna get... oh yeah, that's another good point. Maybe they'll get like Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5 onto the Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, I know that number 5 got a lot of mixed reception, as did number 4. But that would be really exciting for the fans of the series, because that would then imply having the game be at its graphical fidelity for the fans to play. Not to mention, Solid Snake himself is technically a Nintendo character as well, even though he's largely affiliated with the PlayStation. But even then, some of Snake's early games were also on the first Xbox console. So there's that to consider as well. There is a reason why Solid Snake made it onto the Super Smash Bros. Series in the first place. So there's something to keep in mind. I forgot I needed to do a bit of sketching. Right, okay, less than 5 minutes until my friend's live stream begins. Again, people click on the link in the live chat and you'll be taken to this video. People, please click on the link and get to my friend's live stream, which will be happening in less than 4 minutes now. So as you do so, feel free to give any speculations on the Nintendo Switch 2 on your end. I mean, obviously, the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be quite spendy. Oh yeah. There's something else I should mention. I should probably mention about where the Nintendo Switch 2 succeeded, where the PS5 Pro failed. Namely, the fact that the Nintendo Switch 2 permits physical and digital copies of games, unlike the PS5 Pro. You see, the PS5 Pro had the kind of graphical upgrades where it boasted, the graphical fidelity that's uncanny to the human eye, but is that really necessary? Is it? Not to mention, the PlayStation 5, as brilliant as it is, it doesn't have any... It does not have many PlayStation 5 exclusive games. Like, there's a friend of mine who even pointed that out. And I said, oh, wait, but Stellar Blade is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, only to then find out, oh, wait, they're gonna make another version of it for Windows. Oh. So that's pretty awkward. That is very awkward on their end. The only PS5 exclusive game that ever exists is the Astro Bot series. That's it. Okay, that's several games, but that's the only one. All the other games can also be available on PlayStation 4 and other games. I just think people might think, well, what was even the point of what's the point in even getting a PS5 Pro? I mean, especially with how sinister Ubisoft has been with phrases like, "You will not own any of our games and you'll be happy," which further implies the sort of predatory system of potentially removing games any point at any time, which is very ominous. But I will keep my Nintendo Switch. I will keep my PlayStation 5 that can have physical discs. Thank you very much. I will keep that because then I get to keep the PlayStation games, physical copies, and I can say to people, this is a great game, and I still own it. So that gives me the opportunity to play it even offline. And so Nintendo is smart enough to also have that feature. And so Nintendo, they've had a few slip-ups, but on the whole, Nintendo has kept their reputation, and they are all the more sane for it. Alright, that's pretty much all I've got time for today. What have we learned? Go buy consoles that allow for physical media, whether it be a specific version of the Nintendo Switch, whether it be the PlayStation 5 or the Nintendo Switch 2. I should probably end this. My friend's streaming.